session.
Hi viewers, this is your humanitarian professor, Ambassador Prince Francis Origa, PhD. I want to encourage you, as always, to watch my videos. In fact, watch them to the end because all my videos are usually mind-blowing and quite enriching. Also, do not forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share. Don't forget to always follow me on all my pages. Today, I want to quickly talk about conflict, issues that affect us, which is the humanitarian crisis. How does conflict begin? We know that all over the world, the most threatening human security is conflict. What does UN say about, what did UN say about conflict? According to UNESCO's constitution, it said conflict begins in the minds of men, and it is also in the same mind that the defenses of peace must be constructed. That is to say, conflict does not just start. There's a process. It starts little by little until it builds up. Just like shut up your mouth, keep quiet, and all of that. Anger will rise, temper will rise. Before you know it, people are already experiencing and exchanging chaotic situations. Okay, now we have what we call healthy conflict and unhealthy conflict. And this is because conflict itself, in definition, has to do with disagreement as a result of incompatibility or non-respect of people's spaces, scarce resources, ideologies, values. These are things that can bring about conflict. But of course, like I mentioned, we have healthy conflict and unhealthy conflict. Now, in healthy conflicts, just as the African adage will say, that the tongue and the teeth live together. They fight, but yet they still live together as one. That is to say that conflict can also help us to understand ourselves better. Even in families, husband and wives do fight, do quarrel, but why it remains healthy is that they do not allow it to escalate. After fighting, after quarreling, they sit down and talk and say, okay, now you have understood why I reacted the way I reacted. So next time, do not act this way again. So that is healthy conflict. But it becomes unhealthy conflict when temper continues to rise and then there is physical exchange, either exchange of blow, physical fighting, confrontation. That is, it has become unhealthy conflict. Now, there are multiple issues that give birth to conflict. But first, I will look at what we call the causes of conflict. First of it is what we refer to as structural causes or the root causes. This has to do with long-standing incompatibility. Structurally, that has been built into our system, that has been built into our structure. Take, for instance, in Nigeria, there are a lot of things that we consider as structural. You talk about the way and manner we run our religion, the way and manner we are constructed in terms of our political landscape, political formation, party formation, electoral issues. Now, the issues that are tied under structural will include religious discrimination. Here in this part of the world, there is a long argument of which religion actually owns Nigeria. So that is a very big issue in Nigeria, and that also causes conflict, and it's tied to what we refer to as structural causes of conflict. Then the issue of ethnicity. Which ethnic group owns Nigeria? That's a very big argument in Nigerian polity today. And that is actually one of the reasons why we keep having issues, incompatibility because one sect or one region of the country believe they own the Nigerian society. This other one believe they own the Nigerian society. And another issue that is tied to it is colonial administrative borders. For instance, in Nigeria, in 1914, there was an amalgamation of the Northern and the Southern Protectorates, which was an unholy marriage. People were brought together to sit, and they never sat to discuss. They only said, we are amalgamating the North and the South, all of us coming together. They never sat to discuss our differences and how we can iron those differences to become one. But then the argument of ethnic superiority, the argument of religious superiority continue. Then you now talk about the issue of leadership, governance problem. That has also continued to deepen and threaten our unity as a nation. That is actually one of those things that we refer to as structural causes. Then we'll now move to what we call proximate causes of conflict. In proximate causes of conflict, you look at the issue of unemployment, joblessness, you look at the issue of corruption. These are matters that are tied to proximate. Proximate are factors, elements that are as a result of fallout of what the vacuum that was created at the structural level. So if you have bad governance, if you have religious discrimination, it will certainly lead to unemployment. It will certainly lead to disenfranchisement of certain sect or certain region of the country, which will then be building tension. Then resources are not distributed equitably. It will be building tension. Say we are generating the oil from the Niger Delta region and they are not being developed, they are not being supported. It will be building tension. And in other regions, they are using the oil to develop it. It will be building tension. People will keep protesting, and before you know it, conflict will start building up. So then we now have what we call triggers of conflict. Triggers of conflict are matters that affect the immediate action, the immediate result of what happens. For instance, when you use certain languages against maybe a political leader from another region or another religion, it can trigger conflict. Say you speak ill against maybe Southern of Sokoto, you can see the people over there will start protesting. You speak ill against Nnamdi Kanu, the people there start protesting. Those are what we call triggers of conflict. There are so many of it that time wouldn't permit us. I'm going to drop another video so that I will expatiate more on these issues of conflict. Thank you.